Stop streaming. Can I message myself? Hello, me? Yeah. So, oh, that's what these things are for. I did capital. I'm making a game. It's about a typing game or a keyboard game. It's all keyboard controlled. So it's kind of like an old school, super old school PC dungeon crawling type of adventure, but with modern graphics and illustration. And a library-based theme. Keystone library. What are we going to do every time? Oh, look, there's a little logo that came up. They warned me about that. They said, if you don't pay, suffer the logo. But I'm totally cool with the logo. Foxes don't mind logos at all. I'm obviously a fox. Am I a fox? No, I'm not a fox. Am I? What am I? What is this thing? Am I? It's not a raccoon. I'm not that bad. It's like, I'm a furry thing. Yes. I'm an animal. A mammal. What kind of mammal would that be? It's a particular... I know somebody's going to be like, how could you not know? That's the most famous animal on Reddit or something right now. Probably go to Imager. But, yeah, I just don't recognize it. Is it kind of like I'm thinking, in the panda family, is there a red panda? A red panda? Can I cross my eyes? You know, this thing, it does. If I look up, I'm looking, my eyes are looking up, but my face going down right now. But he doesn't really register that. He's always just looking at the camera. But maybe that's a good thing. Keystone Library. I'm still typing here. Keystone Library. Development. That's the title. Development mode. Yeah. Later on it'll be like play mode or something. Okay. And that's a live notification. Time code. Well, I can't type anything in here. Okay. Time to code. Yeah. People like that. They'll say something like, hey, look, he's coding. The category should change. Category. It's not that. Category, this is tags, it's not that. Where's the category? I could change, if I close this one, can I do another one? Okay, yep. So would it be just chatting? Yeah. What do I do? Can I do development? Developer showdown. Development. Is that what I want to do? Software and games. You gotta start somewhere. Software and game development. That's what it says. So that's what I should do. And next, add tags to help viewers. How can I help my viewers? Game dev. Okay. Or should it just be game dev? This one today, I'm not doing illustration. Yeah, art. But it is kind of illustration. Because the game is about illustration. You'll know that after you see it. It's basically, definitely, content classification. Jesus Christ, this stuff. No. Let viewers know your stream was previously recorded. Failure to label reruns leads to viewer confusion, which damages trust. Oh, so if this was like an old one, then I would check that, but it's not the case. Anyway.
You know, you don't even like sit properly. You just lean on it. And changing the positions.
Sitting there drawing.
So stand.
See, this is precisely, as I look at this, why I'm having
10 hours a day.
An animated thing. Because I'm not a girl.
Draw whole day and whole night.
And I'm not important enough.
So taking breaks.
Today, anyway.
Stretching.
To, like, you can be any girl. Like, literally right here. Look, what is she doing? She has 500 viewers. What is she doing? She's just sitting there. And these drawings, I could do that, but nobody cares. But when she does it, she gets 2.8 thousand viewers.
So that is
You're gonna tell me that's because she's talented?
yeah, the fact that something is hurting you doesn't mean that
Channel.
that's the source of the problem. I've been wanting to get a Herman Miller.
Yes, channel. No, wait,
My
it should just be
boyfriend
me.
has one. It's
Yeah,
like
how do I
the
find
best
me?
thing in the
Right,
world,
I'll go to
and
channel. Isn't that right? Yeah.
find me thing in the
Right.
world.
Okay, good. It's not right. Yes. Right. Okay, good. Let's turn off the volume. That's how I want that to work. Okay, I just want to see if that's working. And Keystone Library. Here's the thing. It's with Godot. So if I click on this, that's my game. It's in a. You can put the game in any folder you want. And you go to edit it. It'll pull up the editor so I can start editing my game. So I made this game 100% from scratch with pure code. And if that's bragging, then I guess I'm bragging, because that's what happened. It takes a while to load. There, it's loaded. Click on script, and here it is. But let's look at the game first. So if I push F5, that'll run it. You got to get comfortable with the hotkeys and use, well, it's my preference to use less of the, drink some water. Less of the interface, you know, the drag and drop and pushing buttons and all that. Here's the game. Keystone Library. How does it work? Now I tap keys, you see it starts to fill things up. You can see everything's going red, right? Letters as I type one. But what if I type books, B-O-O-K? Now those letters are turning blue because I typed it correctly. So as I type books, there we go. This is a list of the books. I have my mouse here, yeah. So I have Quest of the Lake, which is going to be discontinued because the artist got a full-time job and went away without telling me. And so that's done. Selections of Mythology is pretty much done. It should go to chapter 30. I just haven't finished the big boss yet. And New Athenia is a cyberpunk story that someone is working on right now, an artist. The story is finished. Everything's finished, except the art is going to take forever. So that's how it is with all of these, because every scene, every chapter requires a minimum of one illustration. And since it's a 2D game, we really ramp it up with the illustration. It's not just like, you know, a simple cartoon or something. So I'll give you an idea. Right now we'll look at the mythology book. And we'll start with, which one's a nice one? Dionysus. There it is. So now here's a chapter of Dionysus. I can look here and read if I want to, but you don't even have to. A lot of people hate reading. You can see I got a little bit of a cloud effect going on in the background there. There should be an effect, I think, on this panel too, but I don't see it. Anyway, everything, as you can see, is keyboard controlled. And so if I go into the shop, here, there's a shop. Do I have any money? I don't have enough to buy anything. I can buy wine if I were to type wine. But I already have 5 out of 5, so I'm stocked on that. And boon, I already have that full. The wine is basically like a potion when my health goes down. And a boon is like a bomb to, well, it'll make more sense in a minute. So what we're about to do here is a typing challenge. And don't worry, the whole game is not just typing. I mean, it is keyboard. It's all keyboard, but and it is typing, but it's not just like typing challenges. It's not just like typing words all the time. There's some RPG stuff, stories, and music, and all kinds of stuff. So I have the sound turned off right now. I'm just doing this. This is an interactive experience. You can have dialogue with a character. So go like this, right? Introduction, right? Whichever word is highlighted and capitalized, you can. That means it's an interactive word, and that's true throughout the game. Your brain should basically, well, here she says it here. Keyword commands are always in all caps, such as back or exit. So I can type back right now, and it'll go back. So this is a dialogue. It has, she's basically giving you training here on how to communicate with characters. Excuse me. Gotta sit up straight. List. We'll list, well, basic gameplay. Yeah, she has, it's basically a tutorial here. I wrote that a while ago and just forgot. So I'm just going to exit this. Basically what it means is she is your companion, and when you come here to talk to her before every chapter, she'll just help you. And she can give you tips and tell you what to do. And then you can always check the chapters, like this. And this one has a lot of chapters, a lot of pages here. And then we'll go ahead and start. So, well, I'll just push back. Whoops. What happened? Something broke? Good. That means I got a job to do. Chapter label. I expect that to break. Okay, I'm not going to fix that right now. That's just a part of it. Okay, start. Let's just go back to where we were. Continue. Yes. So I'm just going to go start. So I just want to make this point. When you go to any chapter, it starts off with this chapter introduction. So I go want to Talos is another chapter. Then also here it is. Oh, and I can go look to view the illustration for this chapter. All right, and I go back. So this here is called a chapter illustration. Now you can see there is an effect. Oh, I remember why. There's a problem with that. There's a little bit of an effect on the panel where you can see a little fogginess moving there. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. So I want to go to a different chapter. It's just to say, every chapter has a different chapter introduction. So when you start at the beginning of every chapter, you'll see the chapter introduction, and this is always where you can go to the shop, where you can talk to the companion, or choose another chapter, because you can redo chapters if you've already completed them, and you can start, which I'm about to do. I just want to check if anybody is watching this. I don't even know how to do it. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. There's no one in the chat, so that's cool. Let's go to start. See how this works. Okay. So when you start this type of chapter, it just does nothing. Because I wanted to give you time to look at the illustration, breathe it in a little bit, and then hit spacebar to get going. And here I just have to type words. Not my favorite part of the game. I'm not so proud of it. But it is how the game started. Because it's kind of boring just typing words. But it has music, which I'm not playing right now. And it has a ton of other stuff coming up. I just want to show when the screen gets full. It's weird. It's not that hard. It's way easier than it should be at this level. But let me do it anyway. I'm going to go boon. There. That's a pretty cool effect. So it wipes out everything on the screen, basically. And the idea for that is that you can progress through this very quickly. So you're not going to be stuck here all day just typing words so we get too boring. And then there's the side quest, which I'll try next. There is Siege. Okay, so here's a side quest. Basically defend the castle. Button typing mode. Oop, almost died there. I cannot use, in the side quest, I can't use any extra special powers I have or anything. Basically, for this one, it's all about being ready and the order in which you hit things. That is hard. Oh my god, it never ends. I should make this shorter, like 30 seconds. That's annoying. Okay, but that is hard. Jesus. Ah, God. The words on the bottom in brown equal money. So you can, hit those to get extra money. And the words on the top, you have to finish before the blue bar on the top left. It finishes, gets done, depletes. So celebration here before the blue bar. And the white words that are bobbing up and down, white words from, what is it, left to right? Is that right? They are, oops, I just got hit. They will hit you they will take points off if you don't get them before they hit the end of the screen. Okay, so now you can see, like, I've been doing this for a long time because this is like a really hard level deep into the game. That's why I have to use the boon. If you look on the bottom, is that bottom right? The purple bar that's to the T. That is where, that is basically getting the measure of how far you are along. That is your goal. How far, what would be the correct word for that? Yeah. It's like your progress bar, I guess. So every time I use a boon, you'll notice that the progress bar will go further. It'll jump. I'm going to do it right now. Ready, boon. Right. And basically finished it for me. Because the boon will give you bonus points depending on like how many words are on the screen. Because it clears the screen and gives you points for everything. So that's how that works. And that is, I mean, that's that. A bunch of the mythology book is just like that. And then you have the puzzles, like this one. It's easy for me because it's my illustration. I can do this very quickly. And that's wrong. It's not super advanced, technically speaking. Obviously, you know, like if you want to make a puzzle, it's like a real life puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle. It'd be harder. And then you'd say, well, why didn't you do that? And it's like, well, I could have, but it would be harder. So I just did it this way. It's easier for me. It's not that the puzzle would be harder to solve. I think this is equally, I don't know, what do you think? Is it equally as hard to solve? Does it matter if it has jigsaws? Does that make it harder? Because you're just going to look at the square and try and figure out like where things go anyway. I guess in cases where like pieces look the same, the jigsaws help you. Doesn't that actually make it easier though? Does it make it harder? Where's this one go? The difficulty is just based on the image. I don't think the jigsaws do anything. So it only makes it harder for me as like a developer to have to program the jigsaw pieces. And I'm not against that, but I don't even know if I care. Would it be better? Would I like it more that way? Where does this one go? Over here? This one here. We're almost there. I think when I hit this one, it's going to finish. Yep, that's it. So some effects there. That's about it. That's how the puzzles work. So let me see, is this thing still on? Right. So that's all the code, right? And so that's how that works. And next time I make a video, I'm trying to do these videos like an hour a day or something. Just to have something. Yeah, this is still working. Cool. I see the volume bars moving. I wish I could check this without having to open it up and show it on the screen. There's this thing. I think that's pretty cool. That's me. I just prefer to not have me up on the screen because I don't have like a really cool setup or anything. I don't want to have to worry about how I look and like shave or something. I don't have time for that. I just do not have time for it. Oh, this is still on here. How do I go? There's one person, that's me, watching myself. Maybe I should have more tabs and I have more people. More me's watching me. Reset chapter labels. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. Can I see how long this has been going? Let me see. Stop streaming. It's been streaming for... Here's some... I can see my dude. He moves his head correctly, but if I look down, he starts to get all twitchy. Over here? Yeah. There he is. He's twitching. Looks like he's got a seizure or something. Okay, it says live 19 and 57 seconds and counting. So I think that's what it means, yeah. With 0 dropped frames. Wow. That's impressive. Lovely. Okay, so back to the game. Here's the game. And so that was one aspect of the game. Right? If you watched, somebody might watch this video later, or do reruns or share with friends. if you watch it so far, you might say, "Wow, Brendan, you really are a geek and a nerd." That was the most boring game I've ever seen. But you wouldn't be wrong. I think it's fun. I like typing. You just have to be in the mood for typing. And imagine people who are like just studying typing. They want to know how to type better, right? They're just picking it up, and it's a good skill to have. You're gonna have a computer. I don't know. People are saying computer is going to be obsolete or something. That would make me really sad. And I'm just going to sink with this ship. I'll just be the last guy to have a computer because I love them. I like computers. And it'll become an antique, very expensive art form. So I love computers, and I like keyboards. I like typing. If you like, controllers, you think modern controllers are better than old Nintendo controllers that only had 2 buttons. Well, a keyboard has way more buttons than a controller. So think of it that way. Library is where you go into the library. You can go here before you look which books you want to choose, and you can walk around. Now, I only have this one illustration an artist did from Malaysia. He helped me with this, and I have, as you see over here, I have lobby. Information means information desk. There's reading room. So these are the rooms you can go to. Now, I don't have the other illustrations set up yet. I'm going to start working on that tomorrow. But if I go to I'll just type in terrace. You see, now it says I'm in the terrace in the header here. These rooms are still there just so I can select them. I just started programming this today, so it looks all like, this is how it looks. That's the whole point. Over the next few days or week, this is going to turn into something like really nice looking. But for now, it just looks like this. And this is, I guess, I don't know, is there a name for it? If you want to give it a name, it's a sketch of what is coming up. And I guess they do have words for it, in like if they call it the industry of gaming, which feels weird for me to say, that it's an industry, but it's an accepted term now. In the video game industry, they do have a name for this. I don't know what it is. It's like a draft or something. I just started it. So in this room, up here is the rooms you can go to, and here is where the actions show what you can do in each room. So I just came into the terrace, and I have actions of view, or like read a poem, or play with some effects. I just wrote that there as what do you call it, like notes or brainstorming or an outline for what I might do in this room later. What it really means is when you go to terrace, it's like going outside here in this illustration, and you'll be standing like outside on a terrace, right? It'll be like a balcony in a terrace. And I might even call it balcony. I like the word terrace. I don't know. It'll be some type of outdoor space, and you'll just do something outdoorsy while you're out there, and it'll be about the game. So that doesn't make immediate sense right now. It's like you're in a library. Why would you go out to a terrace? What do you do? But here's why. Let's say if we go to the reading room, and here, this is where you can look at, you have action over here. You can read books or just read stories, look for inspiration or suggestions for reading, right? That's all about the things you can do in the reading room. And then we'll go to management. Over here, we have these actions. You can, Clive is going to be the manager of the library. So you can talk to Clive. Extensions, that means you can add rooms to the library. The facility, that means you can upgrade the library. Right now you can see it's all abandoned looking. And if you upgrade it after you earn some points, don't worry, no money involved, but just playing the books, like the game I just showed you, just playing some games in the books, mini games and puzzles, you earn some XP, and then you can come back to the library and upgrade it. So you get a little bit of a casual, idle game experience, upgrade game. And then you go to the Great Hall, and this is currently vacant. But again, there will be a unique illustration for this. It looked like a giant hall with empty rooms. And each room will lead to a place that you can customize. So you can make like an arcade room, a music room, a private reading room, just whatever you want to do. You can add your little rooms in there. And that's basically the game in a nutshell. But all of it is going to revolve around the two things. That is customizing your library and just fiddling around in here and trying to draw more people to come to your library. And then going into the books, as I showed before, and looking at your books. Right now we only have 3 books here building up. Go to a fantasy book. Right. Great font family. And here, this book also has a shop. This is the chapter introduction scene. This one is a little bit more advanced. I can look in weapons, or out of stock. You can buy ammunition. There's items you can buy. Spark is like a little bomb. So that's cool. I have a character, Kontos, is my companion here. And he gives me supplies. But my inventory was full. Alright. Again, you can look at the chapters. And if you've already been to another chapter, you can hop around. And here I'll just start. This chapter is not a game chapter. It's just a story chapter. So as you play through, there is actually a story for each book too. And I'll just push the key to move to the next slide. There's music. We have a composer who designed music for this. I have it turned off right now. And the illustrator who did a wonderful job but quit. So we'll have to replace that. And that's the end of that. So that's another example of another book. The reason I'm showing that book is just to say there's many, the plan for the future is that there'll be like many books in here, right? But we're only going to be able to make like one per 6 months or one per year even, depending on budget and everybody's schedule and stuff like that. It's going to be hard. But while we're working on a few more books, I'll also be upgrading the library section where you can have some mini games and stuff like that. So that's basically what's going on. That's it. I enjoyed making this little video. I just wanted to fire this system up again with the Twitch. I haven't been using it. Since I'm going to be developing this over the next few months, I'd like to get in here and start doing this. And I was very happy to find my little animal friend here, this furry thing, fuzzy thing. I don't want to say furry. I'm not furry. It's fuzzy. Fuzzy. Can I go like that? Make him bigger? Yeah. It has nice detail too, doesn't it? I like the fur. Huh. Pretty cool. Alright. See you. I'm going to sign off. Bye. How do I...